Sports Walk is back. Watch Season 2 of Backpack Broadcasting's original web series that brings you the opinions of real sports fans. The entire first season and current season are available now on the Sports Walk YouTube channel and Facebook page. Check out the 2017 NYC WebFest official selection and see what other sports fans have to say on the hottest issues in sports today. It's easy. Just take the Sports Walk. It's a crossover podcast, Ain't Hard to Tell podcast with the 7-Footers podcast in the building. Yeah.
Is that an ironic name?
7-Footers?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
All right.
Is it what? What did you ask?
I said it's an ironic name. I just wanted some clarity.
Okay.
Why? Because nobody in the podcast is close to 7 feet?
You're the closest thing to 7 feet. And
That
you're
is
6'2".
true.
Well, it was inspired from him. I got you, honey.
You
see, you're already starting problems, Brian.
But this is what Brian does at the beginning.
Yes, at the very
He's gonna
beginning.
start
Because
problems.
see, Dexter wants to do professional intros, and I ruined them.
Yeah,
That's how
that's-
That's
No. It's not. Well, it's ruining the fact that nobody now knows who the 7-Footer podcast
Exactly.
is. It's the 7-Footer
Damn,
podcast.
can you release like people?
No, I was just trying to play you.
No,
I'm sure they've read the description. They've seen that
No.
Gerard Hector. How do you pronounce your last name?
Jenna Lemoncelli.
Okay, because you're Italian, right?
Yes.
All right, I just wanted because it might be limoncelli. I don't know.
That's
Well, it
when I
technically
first
is.
met Jen. That's what I said.
Well, it
and,
is.
and she was like,
Because y'all do the ch without
Yeah.
the ch.
Yes,
Y'all just do it with the C.
I automatically would have said it right.
See, I know you would have. We're vibing.
oh Lord, see, wait, and she's in her Delilah's Den voice. You hear it? Like, see, we're vibing.
I like
Because
that.
that's
I
like my
that.
cute
Ooh.
voice. Like when I yell at Gerard, it sounds like this, and when I talk to you, it sounds like this.
Yo, I love
Who's
this.
Delilah's what?
He always says this. It must be one of
Delilah's
his old
Den.
man references. I don't
Old
know.
man reference. Damn.
Dex, you know what I'm talking about when I say Delilah's Den. Like it's like the Quiet Storm. Man.
Yes.
See,
Clyde Storm back in the day, nice
these
voice,
young-
sexy
these young
DJ.
kids
The only quiet storm I know is Mobb Deep.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
You see, okay.
All right, we've done too much.
We
and
can't
gone
mess with
too
these
far.
young people because they
I
don't
would
know.
like to introduce this crossover podcast. People listening to Ain't Hard to Tell, you know us. If you're listening to 7-Footers podcast, you know them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Obviously.
Obviously.
So this is Jarod Hector, who's been a guest on our podcast twice.
Yes.
The
Jenna-
first 3-time guest now.
Oh,
yes.
3 times.
That's true.
First
What?
3-time guest.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's
He's
like
a regular.
that's like Harden during that game when he scored like that game winner against the Warriors. He's like 2-time MVP, but now it's 3-time up in here.
Yeah, you 3 times. And Jenna, you were joining us for the first time.
I'm so excited to
Thank
be
you.
here.
You guys-
I love your podcast.
I
Thank
like to
you.
keep her hidden away though,
appreciate
because she don't know how to act in public. So
Oh my god! People refer to me of this duo as the fun one. So
You're old and boring.
I know it's really hard for him to accept, but we're getting there.
All right, we're working on it, right?
Jenna's cool with me. Like this is our first time meeting.
This is our it is, but we
we've
like talk so
texted.
much.
Texted so much
Yeah.
like in the last year, but we've like
We
never
literally
met.
talk so much. Well, now I'm part of their crew.
See,
Yeah.
Oh, this-
you're in
you
now.
guys.
You-
We're gonna
you
make
were
a
very
separate
welcome.
group chat.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got a separate group chat.
Dexter's barely gonna answer during the day on Monday through Friday. I'm just letting
Well, I
you
mean,
Yo, that is like
that's when he's out doing
he's
like,
a
He's hard at work.
working
I-
adult.
and I'll rarely answer
But
at random moments.
but like Brian understands it, so he just sends me a whole bunch of information.
And then he
I'm
gets
like,
home, 800
I'll get
missed
back
texts.
to
He's
him.
like, okay.
But I always get back
no,
to people.
no, I'm not even saying it as a slight. I'm like, because I know I'm like, all right, he's probably gonna see this at some point, so I'll send him 7 straight
Right.
things. It's all useful information.
Love it.
Mostly useful.
That's the kind of
information.
friend you
Except when
want.
it's wrestling. When it's wrestling.
I won't say anything like that.
Nah, it's mostly
I did
useful.
send him the reaction of a lot of black people reacting to Kofi Kingston winning the world title.
Listen,
Yes, he did.
congrats to my man, WWE champion.
We are not talking wrestling.
No,
on
we
here.
definitely
We are
not. I'm
ending
I'm
that right
trying
now.
to get an interview.
He's trying to get that on there.
All right, NBA awards, because we ain't
Yes,
got that much time.
the reason
we're
are
here.
Yes.
Let's talk
is
about it.
The NBA season is
Wait a
over.
minute,
The playoffs are upon us.
wait. Rewind.
What?
We said who we are. You didn't say who you were. Yeah, your listeners know,
That's
but
true.
our listeners don't know
That's true.
who you are. 7-Footers, we got Ain't Hard to Tell up in here.
That's
Tell
right.
these people who you are.
Well, I am Dexter Henry, if you didn't hear.
You certainly are.
National
That's
national weather
National
correspondent for
National.
AccuWeather.
That was my national weather correspondent voice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we'll have to do voices after this.
Oh my
and
God.
We can share.
We can do
And
that.
I'm Brian Fonseca, media mercenary. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dang.
Savage.
We'll write
Dang.
for money.
The freelance phenom.
And 7-Footers Pod, he is a noted Nas stan.
No,
No.
I'm not a stan. Not a stan.
Okay,
I don't call
well-
myself a stan.
All right,
I told you Nostradamus is whack. Like Nazir too. Everything else pretty dope.
I mean, yeah, you're not a stan.
No,
You're a
I'm not.
fan. What are you a stan of? I don't even know.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't stand anything.
Nah,
I don't believe in that.
Wrestling.
Not Freddie Gibbs.
You
Not
stand
Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs.
When you-
Yes, you stand Freddie
Nah.
Gibbs.
When
Nah.
you're a
He's had-
stan, you're like just a huge fan.
So
Yes.
a fan is
No,
irrational,
when
but a stan is like
when you're
over
a
the
stan,
top.
when you're a stan, that means something can do no wrong, and everything.
Oh,
everything,
okay.
Everything I like has
Freddie
done
Gibbs.
wrong.
Freddie Gibbs.
Nah, he's had some joints where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He's had some. Yeah, a lot of them
Don't
were
look at me.
early.
The silence is because I don't believe it.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
I don't care.
Nah, he's not a stan.
I know.
He's not. He knows
No,
he's not.
I'm,
a
But
stan.
nah.
I'm very rational. I just don't believe in supporting people in that
7-footers
sadistic way.
These are two of the dopest guys in media.
Yes.
Real
Thank you.
lucky to be real cool with these dudes. Showing us the ropes and all that jazz.
I don't know about
So-
showing you the ropes. We're
Yeah,
just
I don't
all
know
trying to
about that.
figure it
Listen,
out.
man.
I ain't the dude you want to learn from, unless you're younger than me. Then maybe.
We are all trying to
These
figure
dudes
it
can't even
out.
take compliments, man. You try to-
I know.
You know what? You know what? We can't take compliments, but we should. It's beautiful that we are able to come together and we both love each other's podcast.
It really
man.
is.
And we're both doing good things, and we all love the NBA.
Yes, we do. Let's
Oh my
get it.
gosh.
We can talk some NBA.
Nothing I love more.
Well,
And we all cover the NBA.
Yeah.
Say that
Yes,
too.
we do.
Yes.
Just so y'all know. Like,
what did everybody think about this season? In general, it was an interesting season. A lot of crazy storylines. What did
Yeah.
everybody think of the season?
Honestly, it was the craziest season I have seen in a very long time. Between the trades, the moves at the deadline, and everything, and the storylines, it's just pettier this year, and the storylines
Yo,
are
it has
juicier.
been.
Peak
social
petty.
media helps.
Exactly.
Social media
and I was
helps.
speaking of that, I was just gonna say, like, I feel that social media has propelled the NBA more than it ever has this year alone. I don't know what it is. I don't know what
The reason is because they're allowing other people to sort of provide content just
You're right.
around the NBA, whereas baseball's not, and that's why people don't care about baseball. no
And
more.
I feel like, and this is an important thing too, I feel like for the first time, people are actually seeing entertainment and sports intertwine within the NBA. Like,
Okay.
it's at its peak, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Right?
I definitely agree
People
with
are
that.
embracing it finally.
yeah,
It's,
we've seen it definitely.
You're
grow
seeing
within
the guys
last few
on
years.
the cover of GQ more than
Yeah,
ever.
for
Like,
sure.
it's insane. Russ's GQ cover that he just
And
had.
a lot of this with social media, these guys will be able to control their own brands to some
Yeah.
extent with that.
Well,
right?
the big thing too about why, obviously we host an NBA podcast and we know you guys love the NBA, and Jen and I always say we think it's the best sport and the best league in the world.
I agree.
And they take advantage of social media better than every other sport.
1000%.
And the league
Right?
allows it.
The league allows highlights. Sure, knock yourself out. We don't
Yeah.
care. Do whatever because they want to promote the game and they realize, look, I'm getting older. Actually, you're getting older. I mean, you guys are still young, but like this
But
new
they're getting
We're also
older.
getting
this
older.
this new generation
I
of
feel
fans watch the game differently. How many people that are casual NBA fans legitimately sit and watch a full game from tip to buzzer ends?
Which might actually be a problem
even-
moving
but
forward, but I know
it
what you're
could be,
saying.
but
But,
you
even,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even if you're not, and you're like me, and I'm a diehard, and I got league pass, and
Right.
I'm still jumping
You
around.
jump- you're jumping
stuff.
around.
I got my iPad out.
iPad,
Yep.
screen,
Yo,
TV.
it's
It's like
crazy.
Multiple
I'm crazy.
screens.
I got
It-
multiple screens, Twitter's,
Reddit,
oh
holla.
man.
Yeah,
Hashtag NBA Twitter.
Yeah,
The fact that NBA Twitter is a thing.
yeah. I'm all immersed in
Listen,
it. So,
it's
yeah.
awesome. I love all the storylines this year. What's so interesting is I think this helps make the regular season more bearable to the casual fan. Because look, sometimes it gets wild, right? It gets to be like game 67, game 70, game 70. You're like, man, we gonna end this season already? But there's
Social media keeps it
Kevin
interesting.
Durant gets on Instagram and says something wild or whatever, or gets in somebody's comments
Well-
or whatever. And we're like, all right, we got talking point for a week now.
Well, before
Yep.
before we get to the playoff talk, because something crazy happened in this week.
Sure.
And
Shown up.
And I saw you the other day. I was like, we don't talk about this. Magic Johnson.
Woo!
Abruptly. Yeah, everybody's like, whoa. That's what I remember.
I was
sitting
tweeting
in a
like
bar,
hell when that happened.
And I saw I was with my boy and I saw this come on my phone. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I was actually kind of disconnected from the NBA for a while. I'm like, oh,
I actually didn't believe it at first. And I was like, is this really ESPN blasting this out right
Well,
now?
the funny thing that happened
Yeah.
was when we first heard this, because Brian, we were talking in the chat. I think you might have said, "Yo, Magic out." We were all like, "What?" So I went straight to Twitter.
I said magic out LMFAO in all caps.
and we were all like, "Nah, somebody tripping,
LMFAO.
whatever." So I went straight to Twitter and I was like, "Okay, Magic's out." So I immediately got a GIF of Daenerys Targaryen like saying, "Where are my dragons?" Whatever, and I was like, "Oh, Genie killed another one." Like,
I tweeted out a gif.
not even knowing
that
what
Genie didn't know.
Genie had no.
Yo, I tweeted out a
idea.
gif of DAngelo Russell laughing, and then I tweet, "This is not gonna be."
That's petty as hell.
Yeah, this
That
is.
is
He's there
petty.
for all the petty.
Then I tweeted out a visual joke of a sink being outside and being
Yes.
like, "Oh, the media learn about this before Jeannie busts.
And what's her name? Ramona Shelburne said that LeBron and him hung out or had a meeting, whatever, and nobody knew, nobody had any idea, and then he just came in and did it. Not even
he was with Jeannie for 3 hours the day before. They were talking about plans for next year.
Exactly.
He was a liberated man.
Listen, here's the thing.
Wait, let me just say this real quick, because he said that he wanted to
be Magic.
Be Magic, right?
Again, yeah.
He wanted to be himself, and I was like, oh, I could relate to that because I kind of left St. Francis for the same reason.
Yeah.
To let you be
Brian,
yourself.
Here's
They
the
were holding
thing.
you down.
No, the problem was I was being myself. And it was kind of like, see, this is what you can't. I get it though. You can't be yourself and work in media relations. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
You got to pick one or the other.
You can't do a
That
lot
is
of
true.
things. Work a lot of ways and be yourself. Here's the thing
I
that
don't know what you're talking
and
about.
growing up, Magic was my favorite player, and that he's very good at being
being
Magic
Magic.
Johnson.
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
If you've ever met him, and I know you've met him before. I've met him before. He makes you feel like you're the most important person in the room when he meets
Yep.
you. Like he's so good at being famous and like.
That's a face.
That's also weird.
but
But
it's an
apparently R. Kelly's pretty good at doing that too. Not that
Well-
I'm trying to make
Oh,
a correlation,
bro.
Snap.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
But
Let's
what
not
I'm
do that.
saying is like that's not always the
Let's not
best
ask the
trait.
young women
There,
about that.
there is an art to that. Charles Barkley's very good
I'm
at that as
sorry.
well. Like
Yeah.
these guys are very good at being famous people.
Okay,
And
that's a better way of putting it.
and what Magic likes to do is glad hand, kiss babies. Oh yeah, you should definitely come to the Lakers. Like all the top line easy networking because he's so charismatic. He
Yeah.
just walks in, okay, whatever you want. But president of basketball operations, that's like 2% of that job.
He can't be
Yeah.
himself.
The other 98%, no,
Is
dog, you
the
gotta
day-to-day
roll your
stuff.
sleeves
You
up
gotta
and
go,
grind.
scouting,
Like, you
You don't want to do that.
You can't even so much as say, "Oh, Damian Lillard's a great player."
You can't say
do
none of that.
Any
No.
of that.
Right, and he's used
And he
to
wants to love the game.
He's used to being an ambassador for the game.
Yes.
Now, but here's the other side of it, real quick, before we get to the playoff stuff. Do you guys look at this as Magic quitting on the job? Because Magic, because you're a longtime fan, Magic's had some other stuff he's done.
The Magic
where-
Hour?
Yeah, the Magic
When he
Hour.
was head
talk
coach of the Lakers?
shows, Head coach of the Lakers
Yeah,
for 16
you too young to
years.
remember that.
Yeah.
Wasn't good. Lasted like a week.
Yes.
Sounds like a porno. What is that?
Yeah, like what?
Magic Hour.
I mean,
Are we, like, out of
porno?
this?
A porno would
Or
have been
good
better than
strip
that. Listen, Magic's my dude, but that was not good.
What was it?
It's a
Yeah.
talk show.
a talk show.
Oh.
Which you would think Magic would be good at that because he likes to talk.
No, it happened to Kris Jenner too. It didn't work out.
Yeah,
Not good.
But maybe Magic also realizes when he's not good at something. Sometimes that's important too, though, right?
Know your
That-
strengths and weaknesses, baby.
You-
Right.
That's a good point.
Self-awareness. For all you
Self-awareness.
kids out there, self-awareness is very important.
Quitting on the
But-
job, I don't know, but
The timing?
The thing that I didn't like about it, I'm sure you guys will all agree. Jeannie and Magic have known each other since Magic was 19 and Jeannie was 18. Like they're in their mid 50s now.
I don't like the way he did it.
Like, how do you-
Yeah.
You're talking about like 40 years.
Their
plus.
entire adult
Yeah.
lives. How do you not tell her?
I think that's what clouded the relationship. You maybe in terms of actually him being hired. In
They're
the
too
first
close.
place,
Yeah.
They're too close.
They're too
and
close.
Sometimes
Yeah.
that can
Yeah,
be problematic.
I've always said that you can't.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain people you could work with and be friends with.
Yeah.
There's certain people you can only work with, and there's certain people you can
Right.
only be friends with.
It's rare
You know
though
what
to
I mean?
find
Like-
the combination
Yeah.
of both.
Yeah.
And look,
yeah.
and on Jeannie, and this is on Jeannie, and this is a conversation for another pod, another discussion. Some of this has got to fall on her, and she's got to now. This is her opportunity to reset on the Lakers.
Yep.
She has to get out of that mindset of we're gonna lean on the
Brand.
glory days of yesteryear. Yo, nobody cares. Don't be bringing in,
That's true.
Kurt Rambis' wife. None of that. Out.
People want to know: can you run a competent
Out.
organization?
We don't care about that no more. Listen.
At least you have LeBron to
If,
start.
if I'm her, I'm on the phone. I'm calling Masai Ujiri. I'm calling Jerry West.
Are you trying to trade LeBron though?
No, I'm
Did
not.
he go to
I
the
don't think that's a
Lakers
bad
for
idea.
Magic? Like mostly though, Magic apparently convinced him. So what
No,
is LeBron
look,
thinking?
I think it's a LA thing, but I wish he went to the Clippers in hindsight. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I wish he went to the Clippers.
Listen, this is a convo we should probably get into on another pod. But like,
Yeah.
listen,
'Cause we got to get to these awards.
Yeah,
and
we
there's
got-
a lot
Yeah,
of
we got a
awards.
lot.
But
Yep.
they got some work to do in La La Land.
Definitely. So, Lakers got their own stuff to figure out. But when we look back at the regular season, the big thing that everybody likes to do is what are the awards? Who won the MVP? Who won most improved, six-man, et cetera. So what we're going to do on this crossover podcast, Ain't Hard to Tell 7 for this podcast.
Do it.
We are going to give our awards. We're going to kick it off first with MVP. Gerard, I'm going to start with you first for this. And then we'll go to Jenna. We'll go around the table.
Love
Okay.
it. Around the horn. No,
Let me say
offense
this.
to,
No horn, around the table.
Gerard's had this same MVP since the literally opening night.
Stop it. That's actually not true.
That makes me sound. That makes it sound like you riding for somebody.
That is actually not true. Because if you know, and if you listen to Seven First Podcast, as I know many of you do, and if you saw my preseason column,
And if you read them on Twitter.
thank you.
Like,
Yes,
you tweet
catch him on
about
Twitter.
this guy a lot.
But I picked Giannis Antetokounmpo preseason as my MVP.
You
And
did.
So that tells us that you've got him now as your MVP.
No, he does not.
Oh.
I have James Harden literally by a beard whisker. Literally a beard whisker.
Now, why?
I mean, it's the beard probably. No.
Because he's averaging 36 points a game. I get it.
Stop. Don't listen, man. Don't be. Listen. You wild disrespectful. Don't be coming over
Making
here.
arguments for
I
you.
know, right? Coming over here talking. My positioning is, and listen, again, if anybody has Giannis, I have no argument.
I have
And
Giannis.
listen, and if Giannis wins it, I'll be right because I picked him preseason, so it ain't no skin off my back, right?
Ah,
My only thing is I look
but
at
covering all your bases. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I look at
Too bad I picked
what
Kawhi before the season.
I look at what Harden did, particularly when they were 11-14 out of the playoffs, and all those guys were out with injury. Paul, Capella, and he literally carried that team on his back in the tough Western Conference, and brought them back up to within until the end of the season, sniffing, and they were, a half game of second place in the entire conference.
It's a fair point, and it's very impressive.
And
Right.
the big knock that everybody likes to give him is defensively, and I'm like, listen, he ain't making All-NBA defense. Fine.
No.
Here's the thing, though. That other dude probably is.
Yes,
Like,
I agree.
That kind of matters.
I agree. However, isn't that Harden's a scrub on defense? Top 3 in steals, number one deflections.
Steals is overrated.
Stop. And an excellent
Jeremy Lin gets steals.
and an
He's not a
excellent.
good
Yeah,
defender.
but you gotta look at how you gotta look at how you get steals.
I
Right?
agree,
He
that
gets his
matters.
steals in the post, playing post
And
defense.
his post defense is actually
right.
better than most.
And you know
people
why?
think
Because
it was.
he's barrel chested, and
he's
you
a
can't
big dude.
move him.
We were talking about this the
Right?
other day. He's a big
You
dude.
can't move him.
No, I give him credit for
So-
improving
Post defense is
defensively.
good.
I just have Giannis MVP,
And-
because Milwaukee's not supposed to be this good.
And here's what I think. You also have the Harden backlash, right? It's very fancy on Twitter now and in basketball universe to be like, I hate watching James Harden play basketball.
You know why?
He hunts fouls, blah, 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 all this crap.
That's because they
And don't
that's
foul
'cause-
him.
That's because they.
Word.
That's because they compared him to Kobe, and you know how the Kobe stands are.
Oh,
Those
don't
are-
get him started.
Listen, we are not.
Don't get him
how it
started.
starts.
Now, I'm a Kobe fan.
Listen,
Not a stan, as we talked about
the nation of Kobe Stan knows how I feel. All right, so we ain't going there.
Let's
all right?
just say that we had to put our hoods up when we left here one day because people were outside with torches trying to get his.
So yeah, for me, and
Oh, they come for you.
Wait, for real?
The
Oh, I was like, what?
the tough part about it is that in a year, whoever wins it, in a year where the other person didn't exist, whoever the other one's an
got
automatic
you.
MVP,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So whoever wins it,
Right.
no one lost it, right? Between those two, no one's gonna lose it. One of them just won.
So you got,
That's
so you
all.
got, so you got Harden. Who you got, Jenna?
I have Harden the same.
Okay.
I mean,
Giannis.
it's obvious. Look at the run that he was on, his 30-point run. I mean, let's be serious,
Step
guys.
back threes, that footwork.
Let's be
Woo!
serious.
I don't think it's that obvious.
I do. I think it's a
don't.
clear distinction.
I don't think it's
And
clear.
the
I do.
listen, the advanced numbers are very close, but they favor Harden by like
And
a tick.
You know
slight
what
tick.
sold me too when they had that terrible run in the beginning of the season, and they had a ton of injuries, and still came back. And now I honestly do believe that they're going to win in the Western
So,
Conference.
I mean,
do.
that's cool,
So
but Giannis probably wins Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so he said
I think that
his
matters,
argument
too.
might be that he's better on both sides of the ball. This all
I can see the argument.
and also the case that you make about the Houston Rockets team. I say the same thing about Milwaukee because they're not supposed to be.
how much of that is
60.
Giannis? How much of that is Bud? And
Oh,
that's how
right.
you get
No,
You got
I think
Bud,
a lot of that is
and
Giannis.
listen,
man.
and by the way, look this up on Strength of Schedule. Milwaukee's had the easiest schedule the last 3 years in a row, and they play in the lesser conference. I'm just gonna put that out there. Look,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's a
Listen,
really good point.
I'm not
I
done-
don't
but
never
you play
back
who
him
you
up.
play.
I'm not dying on the Giannis hill. I'm just saying he's my MVP.
And,
So-
and as I say,
Right.
if Giannis wins,
Respect.
So here's what
Right, yeah.
whatever.
What
Yeah.
I'll say to all of this is I feel like Giannis is probably, I think he's going to win. But if you go by the way I generally like to vote on most valuable player, which is who is more valuable to the team
Right.
and what they've done, I think there's a lot of value in the points that you guys make in what James Harden did, right? But I think there's also a good argument that Giannis is was better on both sides of the ball on a team that had the best record in the league.
Yeah. They're
And-
probably not a playoff team without him.
you said it right
I
there.
see your argument,
You said it
for
right
sure.
there. If
Yeah.
you
Right.
want to go by strict MVP, best player, best team, done.
Yeah.
Even
though
people vote that
even
way,
though-
I think that's still how a lot of people
Case
vote.
closed.
We'll
Yeah,
always argue,
I don't
though.
vote that way though. I try to, as we were talking about
I try
yesterday.
to get a combination.
I try to get like literally who is the most valuable, but then from
Value stuff.
every year from 2007 till now would have been LeBron James.
It would have been.
I agree.
But
Thank you.
LeBron wouldn't win it this year though.
No, that's what I said
no,
until now.
No, not this year,
Not
yeah.
this year.
Calf,
But
37
No.
only because he got hurt because they were the 4 seed when he was healthy.
So,
I mean,
if they finished in the 4 or 5 seed, would you vote him MVP?
probably
Yes.
He'd
Probably.
100%.
Probably because he had 28,
100%.
7.
Yeah, it's another classic
And
LeBron
we
season.
and we
Yeah,
wonder
but,
Now-
but that's the thing. We take it for
No, but-
granted.
but here's the thing, though.
Thank
28,
you.
7, 7.
Yes,
wait.
LeBron, whatever.
Wait, here's the thing.
He was doing that at 20 years old.
You
and he's still doing
praised Giannis for his excellent defense. LeBron was
Yes,
trash on
that
defense.
is
this
a
year.
great point.
Even.
That is a fantastic.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was this year.
But here's
He's
but
bad.
Still
here's the
trash
thing.
on defense, okay, but
But
he
he
look
trash
what he
on
did with the
defense.
Lakers.
No, but he wasn't that bad before he. Hold on. He wasn't that bad before.
Them defensive metrics.
He wasn't that bad before he got hurt. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
he was. No, he was.
No, he was better
He
before
was
the
taking
injury.
plays off before the injury.
He was bad,
yes,
dude. He was
but
bad.
he was better before the injury.
I
He
mean,
wasn't.
yes. He was
We are
moving-
on the same
he's
page,
moving better.
my friend.
Was he better than James Harden defensively before the injury? I would probably say so. Before he got hurt.
No, I don't
Close.
think so. I don't know.
Before
I
he
don't
got
think so. I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
Before he got hurt,
The
I would
veins are
probably say
popping out of
so.
Jarod's head
Defensive
as we
VR,
speak.
people pull that up.
He
I
was
don't
not
think
doing
so.
No,
He
you
got-
can't do that now because he got hurt. He tore his groin. He can't move the rest of the
All
season.
right, so
Like,
I have Giannis.
you ever
but-
tore your groin before? I've strained
no.
it. That shit hurts.
That sounds terrible.
You know what I mean? Like
I don't
that
want to tear my
hurts.
groin.
Jenna,
I'm
you
surprised
tore
he's
your groin
playing.
before.
No, honey, I've been working hard. No injuries here, dear.
All right, moving on from MVP. Let's hit it. Let's hit most improved.
This is controversial.
Is
All
it?
right. Yeah.
Is it? I
Yeah.
don't see how it is.
You got to remember, I write for a Nets fan site. So I cover the Nets. So I'm supposed to say
Ain't nobody coming at you. Anthony Puccio's not gonna come at
He
you.
said ain't nobody coming.
I'm supposed. No, that's my
Oh my
that's my
God,
boy.
I'm dead.
I'm just saying. I know
supposed to
Pooch. I know Pooch, my man.
Yeah,
wants-
that's our
wants
guy.
some.
But look,
Shout out to Pooch.
I'm supposed to say DAngelo Russell's most improved player.
No, you're not.
But he's not.
You're not supposed to.
Because he's not.
You're not.
You will say the truth.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm being.
Tell the truth. Who is
Do
that?
we all have the same person?
I think
I'm
we
being
do.
facetious. bro.
Everybody's Pascal.
Pascal
No,
Siakam?
Siakam.
no, I actually, you guys are about to like light me on fire.
No,
I have
I know.
D'Lo. I do.
But I get that.
I do.
understand
I thought you were
that.
gonna go
You've
De'Aaron
gotta
Fox.
go.
No,
I was gonna go De'Aaron
I
Fox.
would have
get-
liked that pick.
Here's
Right?
the thing.
I know.
Let me say this though. I try to stay away from the guy who was basically the top pick in the draft a few years prior because D'Angelo Russell. I feel like
You should be this good.
yes, Victor Oladipo. I don't think he should have got most improved last year. I thought it should have been Spencer Dinwiddie. You see what I'm saying? Like, so going by my logic and being consistent,
I understand
Although
Brian's logic. I understand
Oladipo,
your
I don't
logic.
like that
Here's-
argument.
here's the
I have
thing.
a problem with that argument.
Here's the thing. Oladipo did improve a lot, though.
did.
That's why I'm not mad at it. But for this one, I'm like, D'Angelo Russell was the second overall pick. He sort of developed into what he was doing this last year before he got hurt. Those 12 games that he played before he
Small
got hurt,
sample, though.
arthroscopic knee surgery,
Small sample.
he was averaging 21 and 6. You know
Small
what I
sample,
mean?
actually.
But turning the ball over a lot.
A lot.
Yes, small sample. And he's been great. He's improved a lot this year. I have Pascal Siakam because last year nobody knew who he was.
No one.
And now
I mean, no. We
and people
No.
deep NBA heads.
yeah,
knew.
yeah.
No,
Like
people knew who he was. He couldn't hit the shots he's hitting now.
Yeah.
No.
It's the-
Nobody,
it's the
no,
threes he's
but
hitting
nobody
now.
knew who he was. I mean, like casual people. I barely like.
He's
I
a
knew who
really
he
good
was.
two-way player.
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
people thought that why did Toronto pick him in the first round and things like that?
'Cause Masai
And-
saw something.
But here's the thing: like D'Angelo Russell to me is a
Good
better
eye.
version. Is a better version of what he's been.
Yeah.
Whereas Pascal
Yeah.
Siakam's a totally different player.
Okay.
I do
See,
like your argument,
I
though.
agree
And
with that.
Pascal
That I agree
Siakam,
with.
Pascal Siakam,
He's
people
a whole
wanna-
new player.
People want to say like, he's on a great team, this and
No.
that. Kawhi Leonard's missed a bunch of games, and he's carried the
And
load.
so
Thank
is
you.
Lowry.
He's
Yeah.
been
Thank
better
you.
than Kyle
Thank
Lowry.
you.
I'm
Thank
with
you.
you.
He's been the
Thank
second
you.
best player
Thank you.
on
I
that
agree.
team.
That
Bold
is-
but
Think
true
about
statement.
this. He's been better than Kyle Lowry. He's been better than Serge Ibaka. And I get it. D'Angelo Russell, he's helped the team.
Right.
He's been great since
I agree.
January.
I agree with all
But
of that.
those
He's been
games
great.
that Kawhi doesn't play, Pascal is the one who's leading,
I'm like,
leading the charge.
I'm like,
Yes.
literally, the award is not for the who's the better player.
Right.
The award's for
Who improved.
is the
Right.
most
Most improved.
improved
Right.
from last year,
Right.
and that's Pascal
Easy.
Siakam.
I agree with all that. I
Yeah.
won't even repeat all that because
Yeah.
do you want to give a case for D'Angelo Russell?
I do. I agree with your argument, and I almost had him. But originally, remember a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
I had De'Aaron
You did.
Fox.
Fox is your boy.
Which
Yeah,
I like
Fox
that.
is
Which
my
I
boy.
would have
Swipe the
liked.
Fox.
I liked votes for him. I like.
I like
votes.
votes
Yeah.
for him and John Collins and Vucevic also.
I
I'm
love
just
Collins.
going with
Yeah.
D'Lo because what pushed me towards him was that when's the last time the Nets were in the playoffs?
2014,
2015.
So you're looking at impact for his team.
I'm looking
as
at
part of
impact
this.
for the team and what he's done to propel them.
Yeah, listen, you
You know
can't
what I
deny
mean?
what he's done.
I still don't think that's most improved though. I still think that's just a great season.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
that's
get
a
it.
most improved award.
Listen, and here's the thing, because as you
type
guys
of
know,
thing.
it's
I think that's
it's,
just him becoming an all-star. That's what I think
it's
that
three
is.
places, right?
Yeah.
So D'Angelo's going to get some votes, right? I mean, if
He might win the award.
if you looked at
Maybe.
my ballot would have gone.
Because of the hype.
Yeah,
It would
that's
have
the thing.
gone
He's a star.
Pascal,
Yep.
D'Angelo, and De'Aaron Fox. That would have
I'm
been
fine with that.
That would have been
I'm
my
fine
ballot.
with that.
So
I'm fine with
Yeah.
that
and
too.
so
Yeah,
he
same.
might be on there somewhere on these because
I think
it's top three.
I think he'll
He's
be
gonna
two.
be
I think he'll got a lot of second place.
I think
Okay.
I think he's going to be 2 or 1. He's such a big. He's becoming a bigger star now.
He is.
So that's also working in his favor. But I think what's getting lost in it is like
He's the number 2 pick. He should have been. He should be this kid.
No, but the literal definition
Yes.
of most improved
Yes.
is Pascal.
And
Siakam.
you were right when you were like, people didn't know him and this and that. Honestly, I'm not
You
sure.
remember,
you was like,
He was
last
averaging
year-
7
Yeah.
points a game.
The guy in Toronto who we were all talking about last year was OG Anunoby.
Obi.
No one's talking about Pascal. It was
We
OG.
talked about it a lot.
and Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move through these quickly.
Yep.
6-man.
Good.
We all. I think this is easy. We all have Lou
Unanimous.
Williams.
Sweet Lou.
He averaged over 20 points a game this year off the bench, and he was more efficient than he was last year,
And
which is crazy.
Here's
Yep.
the thing too. The Clippers should not be in the playoffs
No.
after that Tobias
No.
Harris trade.
No.
And they're there primarily
which we'll get
because
to my coach of the year.
Shouts to Doc Rivers.
they're there primarily because of him and Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because of what they
All right, so we
did.
all
That's
have
it.
Lou Williams.
Yeah.
we
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
defensive. I can't even say defensive. Defensive player of the year. Interesting here, Brian, in usual fashion, because he can't make a
hedging
decision.
his
Can't
bet.
make a
All of y'all
decision.
could go first.
I was looking at the doc that we have, and I was like, why are there so many names? Am I missing one?
let me say something real quick. When we did the first time we did
Oh,
our
God.
hip hop awards,
He was
our
like,
best
well,
album of the year,
Nas, Freddie
he's like,
Gibbs.
I have like 5 honorable mentions. This is what Brian does.
No. I had a four.
I'm
I had a three
yes,
or
I'm-
4-way tie for fifth
So
place.
you
or
can't
something
make
like that.
decisions.
No, he
No, I
struggles.
have multiple
He
ties.
struggles to make decisions about what to eat for lunch. It's tough.
No, but that's an important thing though.
What?
Goodbye.
Lunch decisions.
I know lunch is important.
I was like, wait.
I think I get lunch is
He is
important.
right, but dinner's more important. I feel like.
Right.
We're gonna come to Brian last.
Lunch is more important to me because lunch is on
I
me usually.
I got Giannis, and it's funny because
Ah.
you can tell, right? Essentially, what I did here was hedge my bet, right? Because Giannis has had such an incredible season.
I made a decision.
I cannot feel. I wouldn't
God.
feel right with him leaving the season without any hardware, right? Like, so I'm like,
So you wanted to make sure you got something.
I'm like, damn. And mind you, I can make the perfect case to be defensive player of the year, right? I mean, his defensive plus minus is out of control. His defensive rating is top 1 or top 2 in the league. So
Yep.
I mean, he's a monster on that end of the floor.
You?
Unfortunately, my decision was the same thought process as you. I couldn't let them both. I
Unfortunately.
couldn't let one go.
You've agreed on every award so
It's
far.
really sad.
That
Well,
often-
except
that often
most
happens.
improved.
That
Except most
often
improved.
happens.
Don't worry.
No
We will
controversy in the
disagree
Seven
really
Footers
soon.
podcast.
We know.
That's because she copies off my homework. That's,
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? I started actually because we have a doc where we prep our notes. I
Yeah.
stopped filling it out and copy and paste to do my own doc because he always accused me of stealing his shit. Oh, excuse
That's
me.
fine. You can
I
say
already
that.
cursed.
You can
Because
say
he
that.
makes
we
me-
out here already.
Because he makes
Gang,
me
gang.
so angry. So I haven't been telling him. And then I save questions for him on the pod, and I'm like, question, and I don't put it there. I just write in.
Wow.
That's
We
what-
don't,
that's
we
what
don't
she
work
does.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, he
We-
got
we
petty.
share-
He got petty.
We share a doc.
We share a doc too.
Yeah.
He got petty. So
Agree
you know.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Disagree
Yeah.
some.
Y'all
others.
all petty like the NBA.
That's
why we
But
love the
for
NBA.
real, Giannis,
Brian, you have
defensive.
we have different things than both of you. You have Myles Turner
Barely over Rudy Gobert.
leading the league in shot blocks.
Wow.
Barely over Rudy
Whoa.
Gobert.
Now I could argue shot blocks is overrated, just like steals are overrated.
Oh,
Yeah, but if you keep him in play. But here's the thing with Myles Turner.
And I love Miles, by the way.
he secured the bag.
His help defense.
did.
His help defense in the games I've watched Indiana.
A lot
really
better.
good.
Excellent.
Still got some
Oh.
footwork stuff to work on.
Yeah,
but-
off-ball defense has been really good. Look, we're splitting hairs
I
with
get
Rudy
better too
Gobert.
if I got a raise.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert's numbers, I think, are actually a little
Yeah.
bit better. But I think with Myles Turner, it's also like Indiana surprised me. They're
Yeah.
not supposed to be this good.
Yeah.
And when I watch games, I see that he's a bigger factor than what his numbers portray. So
Right.
I feel like he kind of deserves
Whereas
something.
Rudy sort of is the system in Utah, right?
I
It's
really
like
enjoy
that.
your
I
argument.
do.
Yeah,
That's
right.
and that's
Thank
my
you.
pick, and I have Rudy just because
Yeah.
his plus minus. Off
Rudy
on
might
defense is
be
so
number
good.
1 defensive rating, I think.
By the
Yes,
way,
yeah.
let me say this though. I have no problem with any of them winning.
No,
I
really
don't.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't have
This
any
is
problem
not.
with
This
your
is not a
pick.
crazy. If you had a problem, it was gonna be a problem.
Oh, shoot.
Don't start nothing,
Don't
won't be
be
nothing.
I didn't expect that from you, but I actually, like, my eyeballs just got huge. I was like,
All right, real
Welcome to the family.
Coach of the year. I have
There's
one,
like 10. There's 10 deserving guys for Coach of the Year.
Jenna and I are on the same page with this.
We are.
both have Doc Rivers. I'm gonna
yeah.
go back to something Brian said about the Clippers should not
Should
be
not.
in the playoffs.
It should be a lottery team.
whatsoever. I'm with Brian on this. I think that's why Doc. This is probably the second best coaching job
after
he's
the
ever
title
done.
team.
Especially after
Yeah.
losing a lot of
Yeah.
guys,
I'm
too.
not mad
You
at
have
that
to
pick.
hold.
I might
the
change
team-
my mind.
You might have to hold and piece a team together multiple times in the last 18
Yes.
to
Oh,
20
they
months.
moved
They
so
traded
many
their best
guys.
player twice. Blake Griffin and
Yep.
Tobias
Tobias
Harris.
Harris.
Yep.
And role guys like Boban who are important to that team too.
I think
Right.
I'm kind of impartial to the coach that gets a lot out of a misfit bunch of group where you
Yep.
don't think it's
Let's
going.
Doc.
So if
Easy.
somebody wants to go with Doc or even like a Nate McMillan who should have got some more votes last year, which I saw you
That's
did.
Gerard's
yeah,
pick.
Gerard, you have Nate McMillan.
I rock with Nate. Like,
why?
listen, no Oladipo all year. I mean,
Pretty much right.
that is their best player by far.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You got Boyan leading that team in scoring right
Yeah.
now. It's crazy. Miles is playing well, as Brian mentioned. My
Yep.
boy Domantas Sabonis putting in
Yes.
that work.
Yeah.
That is your boy.
He's getting
It's true. No.
Tyreek Evans.
Who
and-
hasn't even had a good season.
And no,
yes.
but Nate has changed the way his philosophy on coaching too. Nate never used to be a fan of threes, and listen, he's evolving with the game.
They need a really good point
Let's
guard.
be real. You can literally have 7 dudes for coach, and Mike
Yeah.
Malone.
Yep.
That's my pick.
Budenholzer.
I wouldn't even
You
be
wouldn't
mad at
be
Nick
mad at
Nurse.
that.
Nobody mad.
No,
I wouldn't be mad at Nick
Nurse.
Nurse.
Dave
Kenny
Yeager,
Atkinson. Kenny
Kenny
Atkinson.
Atkinson.
fired, but
Yeah.
that's a whole nother
Yo,
story.
yo.
Oh, that. Don't even
What
get
a
me
joke.
started. I'll do
Kings
a
are
whole
a
pod
joke.
on that.
Dumpster fire.
Kings are a
the
joke.
original.
You with Mike Malone?
Barely over Doc Rivers and some of the other guys.
So you like
mentioned.
some of the love for Doc Rivers?
Yeah, yeah. No, he's in. Look, 4 or 5 of these guys are deserving.
Yeah.
I just give it to Mike Malone because I really liked Denver heading into the season, their depth wise, but I didn't think they were going to be this. They look a lot better.
We'll get
also.
to this in playoffs. I'm curious about Denver.
Yeah.
I'm very
I don't
curious about
disagree
them in
with
the
that,
playoffs.
but at
For regular
times,
season, money.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Mike Malone's been good. That's a solid choice there. Can't go wrong with
Definitely.
Love it.
that. All NBA teams, guys.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes.
I always like this because it's fun. I thought that for the first team, it was pretty set. I see we have
the same
differences.
backcourt. All of us have the same backcourt.
The backcourt was if you didn't have this backcourt, then you don't watch
Yeah,
basketball.
nah.
I mean, it's Harden and Curry so easy.
Let
I
me
mean,
let me be a little bit more mean. You're an idiot. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's Harden and Curry.
go
I
wrong.
mean, like I don't see an argument that you could put anybody else there. Seriously, I really don't.
We
Like,
take Steph Curry for granted.
we
do.
I think we
do.
take Steph
Yes,
Curry
we
for
do.
granted
We do.
now.
So we all 4 of us have that.
Harden and Curry. Yep.
Here's where do any of us do
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
we got some difference. Was it?
We
it's funny.
have the same.
The
Y'all have
podcast. The
same,
podcast
yeah.
agree.
Oh,
So we,
that's
Dex and I both have Paul
interesting.
George
Right.
and Giannis.
Right.
You guys both have Giannis and KD.
That's right. I mean,
which,
Giannis is the no-brainer.
Look, I almost put KD over Paul George because the second half of Paul. Remember, I had Paul George as my MVP up until All-Star break.
So yeah, I did too.
And the second half,
We-
it kind of,
This is listen. Now I'm going to be clear. Y'all know that KD's my dude. I rock for that dude. However, again, he's like that dude you take for granted because he's like Steady Reigns, a metronome. It's just you look up, you're like,
LeBron, Curry, same thing.
it's like,
Yes.
oh, 27, 7,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
By the way, shooting the lights out,
Yeah,
the
I know.
most
So
efficient
efficient.
person in the
I
middle.
know.
And you're like,
That's
yeah,
fair.
whatever.
I agree.
Because it doesn't excite you. You're like, all right, cool, whatever.
I have no problem with that.
Me
I
neither.
just think I wanted to reward Paul George a bit because I think he's had such a good year defensively as well.
Yes.
Too.
He has, but
Yeah.
he fell off hard.
He did.
He
I think some
did.
of that had to do with his shoulder. So if you want to knock him for that, I have no problem with you guys doing that. I ain't gonna fight y'all on that.
I mean, but
Gotcha, bullet.
but like, yo, where if he didn't have the season he's had, even though he's sort of fell off a little bit, if he didn't have the season he's had, where would Oklahoma City be?
I
Not
don't
good
know.
because
Russ-
Russ hasn't been good.
Russ,
Yeah.
Russ. Well, for Russ
Oh.
standards,
Yes,
you
he
know,
has not
shooting
been
the
good.
ball, he's had one of the worst seasons, and
Of anybody, ever.
With the usage he has. It's
Yes.
like, ugh.
yeah.
Center also was interesting for all of us.
Yep.
Brian, you had Embiid. I had Jokic.
I almost went Jokic.
I had Jokic first team center.
Yeah.
You also had Embiid.
Yep, love JoJo.
Yeah.
And you
Jenna.
did something that I don't think any NBA writer is
We
going to do.
none.
We like it. It's gangster.
We do, yeah.
You
Thank
went
you.
with Anthony Davis.
I did because let's remember that he was most people's MVP pick in
Until
the
he
beginning
pissed-
of the season.
until he
Before,
pissed people off.
Yeah, until he got people mad.
I
So
hate-
now they're gonna
oh,
keep
yeah,
him off
yeah.
awards.
So now
that's why I like
everybody's
that you
gonna
have him there.
penalize
Yeah,
him. Yeah, no.
I kind of
like-
find that petty, to be honest, when like our fellow colleagues in media who have votes decide, well, I don't like the fact they did that, so I'm not voting for him. It's
Yeah.
But this
It
is
has
why.
nothing
But,
to do with this. Yeah.
My
but
only knock was
this is
that-
why this is kind of why Young mostly black athletes have their sort of feelings about the mostly white media.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
Sure.
think the only thing that hurts him is the games played and obviously how he
right.
sat out there.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
talent-wise, should he probably be on that team? Probably.
Yeah, I see the argument as to why people don't have him there, but the pettiness I think is not needed for this decision. You know?
All right, second team.
Woo!
This was interesting.
Yeah,
too.
we got some variety here.
At the
Wow.
guard spot, everybody except for Jenna had
Here we go.
had Damian Lillard.
Yeah, we have Dame.
Jenna has Russ on the second team. I do have Russ on the team. I know some people don't want to have him on the team.
Yeah.
Brian, of course, went with Kemba Walker as one of his
I
second
was
guards.
surprised by that.
I'm
I guess
not.
Brian, of course.
Because you love Kemba Walker.
No, because
I
here's
do
the
too.
thing.
love
Wildin',
Kemba
son.
Walker.
His numbers are really good. And here's the thing.
And
He
his
had
team did
Oh,
not
here we
make
go.
the
Basketball
playoffs.
reference.
but
you're on.
And
you
his
need but
team
here's
did not make
but here's the thing.
playoffs.
We're talking about dudes
This
who
is Anthony Davis. But
we're talking about dudes who help teams. Like his team is worse than Giannis's and
That's
James
true.
Harden's, and he almost got them into the playoff. They were playing meaningful games until the very last night of the regular season.
But he's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't get All NBA.
Nah, I'm not-
something.
nah,
He's
that is
probably
true.
gonna get third team on most. I gave him the nod over Kyrie and some of the other guards because he also played 82 games.
Jenna, how do you feel about that over Kyrie?
I'm
I just thought he had a better season. That's just me.
Kyrie will always be number one for me.
Kyrie had a fantastic season, best season
I
of his career.
mean,
Now, if you want to
Thank
knock him for
you.
being
Best of his career?
oh yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
listen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
True shooting, PER, effective field goal, win shares,
See,
Kyrie.
you start doing that, but then you make yourself sound like some of these other dudes. You know what I mean?
No,
like
why you mad
No,
at-
you are a
Why
savage.
you
make
mad at the
yourself sound like
analytical
some of these
dudes,
other
man?
dudes, man.
Why you
He
mad
is
at the
a
analytical
savage.
dudes?
Like, yo, I thought you was more
Yes, he
Charles
is.
Barkley than Daryl Morey. What happened?
Whoa.
I'd be offended about
I
that.
know.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
would
Charles
definitely
Barkley.
be over the
Listen,
I think a
table.
lot of black
Nah,
people want it.
there's a,
you
like
and I
we said,
know.
we said there's a
You and I know.
we've said this on the podcast.
Yes.
There's a place for analytics,
Yes.
obviously.
I do.
But when I
do
watched
both.
Kyrie Irving and when I watched Kemba Walker this year, I feel like Kemba Walker. Look, that team overachieved, Boston underachieved.
I agree.
Straight up.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't agree
I
with
don't
that. But here's the
disagree with
thing.
that.
And I feel like
all that to
I feel like
me-
Kemba's the main reason they overachieved.
Agreed.
And Kyrie may be the
Oh,
reason
see,
they
that's where we
underachieved.
disagree. All
Maybe.
that to me is not on.
I know you
Kyrie's
want to
feet.
blame Brad
It's
Stevens
on
so
Brad
badly.
Stevens.
But why
I get
isn't it? But why doesn't Brad get any blame though?
Why doesn't
agree.
Kyrie?
Are you
Cause
kidding? They've been
it's
killing Kyrie in the media.
I don't think they
Brad
have.
Stevens been skating off.
They've
of
been
this.
skating. They've been killing
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Killing
That
Kyrie.
is true.
All right, we can. Let's not stay on this
They could do a little
Let's
bit
not stay in this too long. A lot of us.
If they've been killing him there, he better not come to New York.
Brian, you have Kawhi and Kevin Durant on your
Yes.
second team. I had the same. Jarod, you had Kawhi and Paul George. So this kind of goes with the
Right.
with the KD flip
Exactly.
flop there. Centers is kind of also the same in flip flop. Brian, maybe the biggest difference. Brian had Jokic.
As did I.
Well, it's kind of flip flop there,
Yeah.
and you did, so it kind of switched
Yep.
it there.
Yep.
And I had Embiid, and Jenna had Embiid. All right, so I mean, a lot of our stuff is really similar.
It's all the same
We're splitting
people.
a
It's just
couple
we're,
of things.
we're moving them from first
Uh,
to second.
Yeah.
third team is where I kind of think things
The
can
third
kind of get
team
a little
is
interesting.
tough.
I think the thing was what a lot of people put Westbrook on. Three of us did, and Jenna had Westbrook in the second team. So Brian had Kyrie, who he did give some love to. Westbrook,
you.
Blake Griffin, LeBron, and Vooch.
yeah.
I went Westbrook, Bradley Beal.
No,
I'm the only person that gave Bradley Beal.
I was going
I
to go
sh- I
Bradley.
should.
I,
Yeah.
I almost
go
went Bradley Beal
I
over
did
Westbrook.
too.
LeBron,
I'm a little surprised you have Bradley Beal over Kemba Walker, though.
I've actually,
a little bit.
I was
Yeah,
thinking about Clay.
I
I
did-
was thinking about Clay over.
I think
Clay hasn't even been
That's
in
so many
conversation.
guys on that
That-
team.
pull up-
I'm
pull
like,
up
man.
Clay's
guard-
numbers.
look,
I know.
it's
I
good.
agree, though.
he got off to a tough start. The guards are so tough. To answer his point
Yeah.
about Beal, I thought Beal had a really good season in a crazy dysfunctional situation.
Played all 82 games.
I don't disagree.
Well,
But
he
it-
had to pick up the
But
slack.
if somebody wants to put Kemba over him, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
If you want to go Klay Thompson over him,
I almost went
really have
Beal
no
over.
problem.
I almost went Beal over Westbrook.
How bad did
but-
Clay start the season shooting? He was
He's
atrocious.
under 40% from three, somewhere for his standards.
Oh,
obviously.
finished the season over 40% shooting.
Yeah, I know, which is impressive. In itself.
like
I mean, but also with Golden State, he does get a lot of open shots.
he does.
Yeah.
Like, and
so-
he's one of
They're
the
really
he's the
good.
second best in the world at knocking him down.
Down.
But I'm like, if I'm looking at these other guys, Kyrie does more for his
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Russell Westbrook has to do a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though Russell Westbrook's shooting was terrible, I'm like, I got to give him credit for
you average a triple double. It's hard to keep him off.
yeah,
Third season in a
exactly.
row.
And I got to give him
Yeah.
credit for really deferring to Paul George this season.
Yeah, and
he was
okay.
he had probably his best passing season. So I was like, he should be there.
I would
He
agree
did.
that
He
now,
did.
at the forward spots for this third team, Blake and LeBron on. Everybody had that. Except for you, Jenna. You gave some love to Chris Middleton.
I did. You were impressed with that when I first told you.
I like Middleton. I like
Yes.
Middleton. I'm
She
not
wasn't
mad.
cheating off your notes, man.
Right.
I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at that because
I like
impact
that. I actually
and
like
things
that
like
vibe.
that.
Impact.
Break it down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, look how much he's shown out. And
Yeah, I
nobody
mean-
and he's not in anybody's conversation, but why?
Yeah.
You know what
He's
I
had
mean?
a solid year.
Exactly.
Better
He's
than
had a
solid.
solid
All-star.
year, no slump, all-star, everything. We didn't talk
Defense,
about
too.
anything. Exactly. His two-way game is insane. He's a no-brainer for me, and I don't know why you guys didn't pick him.
He's probably the third biggest reason that Milwaukee is what they are.
Exactly.
Behind Giannis
And Bud.
And Bud.
And back to what you said, Milwaukee shouldn't even be as good as they are, and nobody's giving Middleton credit.
But you
I
know
agree.
what?
That's a good point.
I think Blake Griffin is almost like
This is Blake's best season.
Everybody's sleeping on him because he's in Detroit.
and he's almost underrated now.
He is.
He
Like,
is.
I think he has a 3-point
is.
shot. He can handle the
I
ball.
agree
He
with
can
all that.
pass.
That's why he got
had a
votes
great
for me.
season. I'm like, with me, I'm like, I gotta give somebody Detroit love, and I almost put Drummond over Vucevic.
Oh, thank
but
you.
I was
Thank
like,
God you didn't do that.
no, but I was like, with Vucevic, he has to get there because somebody from Orlando got to get
Why
love.
you ain't give Rudy no
He-
love, man? Why Rudy ain't your
I
third
got
team center?
Rudy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got
But
Rudy.
it was very close. I'm saying it was very close.
I had to-
see, here's the thing. What I almost did was have multiple centers on my squad, but then I was like, then I'm
Nah,
leaving
you
Blake
can't.
out. So I was like,
You know,
well,
Yeah.
it's a tough time making
As
decisions,
you know,
guys.
All NBA makes you go by position. They force you
Yeah.
to go position.
Now, in the rookies, go moving to the rookies where you don't necessarily have
My
to do that.
favorite.
Right. You do love the rookies. Those are
I
your,
do,
those are your
my
babies.
boys.
Okay. Doncic.
Obviously.
Doncic,
Who
yeah.
did we even do? Did we do rookie of the year? We did not even do that.
Oh wow.
That's fine. Did
Oh.
that-
We'll
do it.
Does everybody have Doncic
Doncic,
for rookie of the
yeah.
year?
Doncic.
Yeah.
Stop it.
J-
Stop
J-
it. sir.
Tell him, Jenna.
Stop.
Who is it?
And you can't see Jenna's
You're
face.
Trey Young. You're Trey Young. You're Trey Young.
Since day one, your girl has been in his corner, and everybody was laughing at me.
I did. I
He
definitely laughed at her.
laughed hard.
All right, go ahead.
Hard.
But Doncic is rookie of the year, though.
Oh, we about to fight in the parking lot after this.
In the parking
Yo,
lot.
we ain't doing the voices after dark. anymore. It's done.
Not if you're picking Doncic.
Ooh.
What give you what get? Now we did say in other podcasts that Trey Young is an elite passer.
He is.
He wasn't very good up until probably the second half of the season.
Mid-January, he really turned it on.
Yeah, I
Turn
was
on.
second half. But so what ultimately did it for you was just how he ended?
Ultimately, what did it for me was the pettiness in me. Everybody declared him the
Petty
biggest,
decisions
Bust.
all day.
the biggest bust of the draft. He's gonna be this. What did you call him in the beginning?
Ooh.
As you know, and I've
She
been on
got
record.
receipts.
I've been on record in numerous platforms and said it. I said Trey Young had the highest bust potential in the draft. I said it.
Exactly.
I admit I was wrong.
Exactly. And you guys are right. He did turn it up in the latter half of the season, but his two-way game's incredible. He has carried Atlanta out of a huge slump.
Two-way game's incredible.
He's an incredible passer. His shooting
He is.
game,
Oh,
he's
defensively-
deep from three.
That guy.
Guys, I don't want to hear it. Him and that cute little unibrow have pulled it out.
Let me tell you something. I want Dexter to give the Doncic side of this.
No,
because
there's nothing for me to give.
Right. I mean, right. It's
Okay.
I've been telling y'all about Doncic before the draft.
when he was in the EuroLeague,
no,
we said he was gonna be good.
no, before the 2017 draft.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I've been on
Before
this.
we started this podcast,
Now, let me.
he was telling me about
Let
Luka
me give
Doncic.
Jenna a little bit of love. Let me give you a little bit of love.
Oh my God! Somebody
I
brewed
I have
the
Trey
tea.
Young second. Though. I have Trey Young second.
I have Trey Young second.
As
and
do I.
like the fact that Trey Young's come on late. He is not a bust. You made Gerard eat his words so far.
He's a
okay?
tiny little guy.
Oh, so you repping for the short people.
Exactly.
Brian
Well,
does
you
that
know, your
too.
girl is rocking 5'2" on a good day.
Trey
5'2" on a good day.
Trey Young don't count. He's 6'3". He ain't tiny.
And
That's true.
I mean, like a
I look at
smaller
you,
guy.
you
Like
guys
he's
like,
Russ
he ain't-
when
he ain't
Russ
that
came
like,
into
nah,
the
He ain't
league.
6'3".
He ain't Damon Stoudemire.
No,
you know
he's
what I'm
not
saying?
6'3", I
he
don't
ain't
think.
Brevin Knight.
I understand you got
And you guys are definitely going to light me on fire for this, and probably everybody in America. I'm sorry, and I know this isn't Luka's fault, but
The
you
reaction.
come in from the EuroLeague. You're not even a rookie.
No.
Oh, now you're going to go back to the Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons kind of deal. Don't,
You
yeah.
come in, you haven't played against this competition. Because
Right.
what was the knock?
The EuroLeague's even more tough, some would argue.
interesting
No,
argument.
here's the thing. You're saying that he's played against better competition before traded.
I'm saying he's been in the professional space for quite a while.
Here's the thing. I think that point's fair to some degree because that was the reason I was trying to tell everybody.
he's gonna be
that
so
Doncic
good.
was gonna
Right.
be so good.
Yeah.
MVP at 18 in the EuroLeague.
Right.
But you had all these people who want to act like the NCAA game is better, which it's not. And I was
Trash.
trying to say this, right? Yes, trash is evident by the national
Yes.
championship game.
Yep.
So I understand the point of where you're going.
Yes.
However, he came in and proved and showed out against these.
Oh,
grown men.
100% proved.
Hit the step back. So I
Don't
was
get
like,
me wrong, but the
But you
situations
love
are
you
different.
love you some Trey.
I do love me some
I
Trey.
love you some Trey.
That's right, you know. But I mean, he's not dark enough. But
I'm
you know,
gonna tell Marvin about that. He ain't gonna be happy with all that Trey love.
I got a few people you can't tell about
I
that.
know, yeah.
But I'm telling you guys, the experience that he's had, it doesn't match up for me. Trey came in cold turkey, legit rookie. Everybody was like, bust this and that. Proved himself the most. I think he proved himself the most. I think Luka's arguably better,
Right.
but rookie of the year, in my opinion, the argument is
You're-
who came in here and was like, whoa, lights out. Like, we didn't expect
I
this.
do like that you're picking him out of spite because I'm all for pissing off the
Yo, you
basketball
all about-
writers.
she's all about
that
the
think-
petty.
Yeah. So
That's how
I'm
she
rocking with
rolls.
that. Yeah, I just still think Doncic.
You're gonna have to
is a
come
little
back on a
bit
podcast so we can just talk about pettiness. I actually want to do that. We should. Just talk
We
about
should do a
being petty.
podcast on pettiness. Yeah.
All petty?
I'm all for that.
That'll
All
be the
petty.
next-
Oh my God, the jokes I'm gonna come up about
Since
this
we're doing
guy.
next
we have
collab.
to do an all petty team.
I'm petty. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
We all can be petty.
Real quick, just to run through
The rookie teams.
just the rookie teams. Brian had Luka Doncic, Trey Young, Colin Sexton, Marvin Bagley, and DeAndre Ayton for his first team. I had Doncic, Trey Young, Ayton, Jaren Jackson, Mitchell Robinson, Knicks, shout out. On my first team, Jarod, you had Doncic, Trey, Jaren Jackson, DeAndre, and Marvin Bagley. Did we have we had the same team?
Yeah, oh no, you had Mitchell Robinson. I didn't.
Robinson.
Mitchell's
Sorry,
on my
yes.
second team. Yeah.
Jenna, you had Doncic, Trey Young, Marvin Bagley, Jared Jackson Jr., and DeAndre
DeAndre,
Ayton.
yep.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you guys
7-footers agree.
7-footers.
And
agree.
Triple
Wow.
J, that Triple J
You
is
love you some
actually
Triple J.
that's my dude.
People forgot
Yeah.
a lot about him when he
He
once
got
he got
hurt.
hurt.
Yeah.
I'm making a late change on my second team.
Oh,
Oh,
course.
look at him.
And you want to know what that change is? He put a Mitchell Robinson on his team.
Look at him.
Yeah. I
Brian-
forgot about him.
Brian has.
But I put him in over Jalen Brunson.
Yo,
So
so
I'm, you know-
how you don't have Triple J on any of your all rookie teams?
That's
No, he's there.
ridiculous.
He's there.
No, he's on the second
So
team.
he's on
All
second
right.
team.
He has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
Mitchell Robinson,
Robinson,
SGA, Kevin Knox,
Oh, there
Brody
you go.
Karooks, and Jaren Jackson.
Brody Kuruc.
I almost put him in on the first team, but first team is hard to crack, man.
Second team, I had Sexton, Bagley,
And he got hurt.
Gilgeous-Alexander, Herders, who are really like in
I
Atlanta.
love Herder.
And Jaron Jackson.
I barely left Herder off. He was
Wait,
good.
did I
He was
put?
solid.
I messed up. I put Jaron Jackson twice. I'm sorry. I messed up on that. I'm gonna add Roddy Karooks because I'd like to see. And I thought he had a big impact for the Nets. Gerard had Sexton, SGA, Mitchell Robinson,
Rhodey,
and Herder.
and Herder.
Yep.
Jenna had Kevin Knox, who's up there in rookies in scoring. Not as efficient, but he's up there.
He'll get efficient.
SGA, Mitchell Robinson, and Rhodey.
Rhodey, yep.
I think Kevin Knox. I think he'll be fine.
Two Knicks
Two Knicks.
on some of
Is
our
that
rookie
crazy?
teams.
It
No,
makes-
but here's
it
the thing
makes me
though.
hopeful.
We said this after the draft.
That's
Your Knicks hat. We said this after the draft.
What if I told you?
No, we said this after the draft. I thought they nailed it by getting
They did.
by getting Mitchell Robinson, who I thought was going to be a first round pick, by getting Kevin Knox, who I thought was the best player available, not Michael Porter, because the back injury, I'm like, yo, out.
No.
I was
Too
fine with
scary.
that pick.
And then with Alonzo Trier,
Who's come
then
turn to good people.
then
Player.
we're picking up Alonzo Trier after the fact as an undrafted rookie and finding him. I thought that they nailed it. I just don't know. What
I mean,
they're
let's
gonna do.
be real, Brian. It ain't gonna matter anyway. All them dudes getting traded.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. When
I
they
don't
get
know.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Anthony
I'm not,
Davis.
I'm not.
I don't
gonna-
know.
It's
Oh,
stop.
my
Yo, now you just trolling.
Goodness.
I'm getting Dex fired up.
I will say one thing on this podcast. I said the other day to my boy, the only thing I'm looking forward to right now as a Knicks fan, that I'm counting down the days now the regular season's over, that draft lottery.
Ooh, yeah.
And I have never been so nervous for a draft lottery, but I am nervous.
Well, here's a
We gotta
quick
go
question.
live. We got to go live.
Here's a
that
quick
I
question.
don't know. No, I can't be here. I can't be on camera.
Why
not? Nobody.
day. You know why?
I didn't know you,
Because they're gonna
like-
get the 4th overall pick, and you're gonna be like, damn, Jared
Nobody
Culver.
needs to see me.
I like Jared
after
Culver
that.
though.
Nobody needs
Here's
to see
the
me after
question.
that.
You wouldn't want Jared
Here's the
Culver?
question. If they get the number 1 pick, what are you going to do?
Y'all would like to see me after that, but nobody needs to see that either.
Wait, you like
Nobody-
Zion like that though?
I'm fine with them getting Zion.
But do you think they'll hold on to it? if
Because
they
I know
get- if
you
they
like
get the
John
number 1 pick?
Morant also.
I don't. It's an asset. I don't care.
Oh,
I
you
want that.
You want RJ Barrett? If
No,
they get-
no, he wants Anthony Davis. He trade all that to give me Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't want the rookie.
No.
I'll take the rookie
Yeah.
if I know like KD and Kyrie are coming.
Okay.
KD,
I
Kyrie,
understand.
and Zion
Let me
Williamson,
tell you,
I'll
if
sign for that
Kyrie
next year.
Irving
But-
comes to
but
New
what
York,
if?
I
But
will
I'm not
literally
talking-
drop dead.
I'm not gonna let
I'll be
myself
all right.
get that happy. Oh, he'll be. He wants Kemba to come to New York.
Well,
'cause
here-
he
here's
knows-
the thing,
Or
though.
Kemba.
Odds
Oh,
are
yeah.
KD and Kyrie ain't
I
going to
want-
want to play with a rookie. So
No.
Maybe, but they might want to play with Anthony Davis.
If it's Zion, though, they'll want to.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Listen,
Kyrie,
I think
Duke,
Zion's a
come
little
on.
Here's the bottom line, guys.
Y'all be wilding out thinking rookie. Listen,
No. Zion's
in
a
the
little
history
different.
of the NBA,
According to most people, Zion's a little
In the
different.
history
Even
of
though
the-
I know we have our reservations
in the
about what he
history
could
of
be
the
at the next
NBA,
level.
how many rookies from day one have been able to contribute to championship level teams? Can count them on a hand.
Magic Johnson.
Yep, one.
Well, define contribute though, because you're talking
Like literally come in and be an impact player
Yes.
on a
Championship
championship level team.
But what's an impact player? Rotation player, or do you
Rotation
mean like
player
a
that-
starter?
Yeah.
Rotation
You gotta
player that
elaborate.
at
Because
least
a
in the
lot of
first
them,
year-
a lot of them could be rotation.
To me, a
players.
rotation player that at least in the first year is pushing to all-star level.
Yes.
That's the way
That's
I'm
not a
looking.
rotation player then.
You're in the rotation.
You're in the rotation.
No, but if you're pushing to all star,
Fine.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's hard.
Someone pushing the all-star. It's hard.
hard to
man.
do.
no,
That
then
is
you're not.
hard.
Then you rarely find that. Then.
That's
Because
why-
But
most-
here's the thing: a lot of people think Zion's the best prospect since LeBron James. So you know,
Even,
I hate
but
that
even
comparison.
Braun wasn't
Yes.
ready to. Braun wasn't ready to be on a championship level team's rookie year.
I'll say that. I agree with that.
I mean,
but here's
I don't know. I would have liked to have
Brian,
seen.
stop,
Hold on.
stop,
Hold on.
stop.
Hold on. You mean to tell me
He couldn't shoot, Brian.
that
Stop.
doesn't matter? In that NBA, that didn't matter.
Oh, really?
In that NBA,
How come when he was ready to go this first time, and Pop was like, "Don't worry about that dude. He don't shoot."
Yeah,
he
we
was
just
with
gonna back
Cleveland
off
though.
of it.
Here's the thing, but you're distorting it because if it was a championship
Oh my
level
gosh.
team that
Yeah.
he went to, he would have contributed at a high
And-
level.
and what do you
if
do?
he actually went to the Lakers?
And what do you do on a team? You find their weakness. Oh, you get.
Yeah,
listen,
but here's the thing: you have better players around
hold-
you than your weakness is
hold on,
masked.
Hold on.
You know that.
What?
If listen, if LeBron went to the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq and all them, they would have had a championship
Stop.
level team. Because that's what you're talking about.
Yes, but
you're
what
saying who would have been ready to contribute to a
went from me
championship level
being
team.
excited
But
about
my
the
point is that
Knicks.
they would have identified his weaknesses and made him do things.
It
he
wouldn't
wasn't
matter. He would have gave the ball to Shaq
all right,
and Kobe.
all right. I would love to
It wouldn't
continue
have
this.
mattered.
You wild.
We got
It
to.
wouldn't
I
have
feel like
mattered.
I'm on
He was
first
averaging
take.
7
know.
assists
I need to
already
be
as a
Molly.
rookie.
You wildin'.
Boys,
You wildin'.
gentlemen.
You
You know they don't listen to Molly.
They
They just keep
What are you
talking.
trying to say? They're not going to listen to the women? They just keep talking?
No, I'm saying they
Because
don't.
it does seem
Listen,
like that
listen, he-
sometimes.
Nobody could stop Stephen A. when he's
right,
going.
right.
You know
Nobody
what
can
I
stop
mean?
Brian when he's going.
No. I
No, Brian's
see
not like
both
that.
arguments, but I'm an LBJ fan.
Listen,
so
all I'm
leaning
saying
your
is
way.
it is very difficult to have guys like that who are rookies come
I
in
don't
and
disagree
be.
with that.
It's very difficult.
What I will say is I'm so nervous about the Knicks.
Yeah, let him have his moment.
A new daily fantasy app for prop bets is here, and it's called Thrive Fantasy. Forget the old school way of DFS. Thrive Fantasy has streamlined the drafting process and eliminated the need to do unnecessary hours of research by using only top-tier athletes. That means no more salary cap. You just build your lineup around a list of prop bets. Here's how it works. For each contest, you choose 10 of the 20 prop bets, plus 2 ice picks that protect you from any late scratches or postponed games. Each unique prop has an over and under point value assigned to it, and you will be rewarded that value if the prop is correct. So for example, if Tom Brady throws for over or under 250 yards, the less likely the prop is to occur, the more points the choice will be worth. You build your team, score around the amount of correct prop bets you select. It's easy to play, so just check out the Thrive Fantasy link in the description of this podcast and get in the game with Thrive Fantasy today. All right, so these playoffs are here.
Yes,
And we can look
Saturday.
Through we can look through all these series. So we are here to let you guys know what our picks are for these playoff series coming up. Now,
Golden State. Let's move on.
I mean, like really,
Brian
though,
Wildin'.
that's
You see
kinda
how, you see
true,
how he
though.
does people? He
In the short.
Yo, you want to end the podcast like that?
yeah, like, just Golden State. Like,
All right, we're done. Bye.
We're done. Bye, guys.
again, yo, the margins are thin in this. Golden State
not for them.
They almost lost last year.
I agree
I'm
with
joking.
Jarod.
Okay, now,
I agree, but I'm like,
the West seems to
I'm
me
being
to have
facetious.
the more interesting first round matchups. Let's just get the East out of the way
they?
real quick. Yes, they do.
oh yeah, no, they do. First round, not second round.
In the East, let's start with the top. You got Toronto against
Milwaukee.
Detroit. Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What the hell am I doing?
Milwaukee,
Detroit.
Milwaukee against Detroit.
Sweep.
Milwaukee.
Bucks and
Milwaukee, sweep.
Sweep.
Yep,
Sweep.
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 No chance for Detroit to win a game.
No.
0.
What has to happen for Detroit to win a game?
Injuries.
Reggie Jackson goes off.
Yeah.
And injuries.
That's not happening.
Injuries and the
Injuries.
Bucks don't show up.
The Bucks
Injuries.
don't show
I
up.
mean, well, the Bucks are hurt, so I'd probably give Detroit a game.
But I mean, like
Are you giving Detroit a game?
I mean, like a
Maybe
Giannis
a
injury.
game.
Game 4, gentlemen sweep.
I say sweep.
Listen,
Yeah, sweet.
the Bucks sat their guys against the Nets, and the Nets barely beat them.
I don't think it matters. Moving on to the next.
Yeah.
Raptors
Yeah.
Magic.
Toronto, Raptors Magic. I say another sweep.
Yep,
Another
Raps and 4.
sweep.
Sweep.
Yep.
Raptors in
I
5.
told you these first round. You got 5. You give me.
I'll give
Raps in
Orlando
4,
a game.
yeah.
I'll give Orlando a game.
Giving them a game. I mean, Orlando's been playing good basketball. I can see that.
Let's
more
get to the
than
real
Detroit.
series. This is the 2 series.
Brooklyn Nets versus the Sixers. Sixers being 3 seed, Nets being the 6 seed. Nets, Sixers. Embiid may not play early in the series. We're hearing. Does that give the Nets a chance at all? Brian, our Nets fan over here. I'm joking. Our Nets reporter, who's objective all the time. What do you think? Do the Nets have any chance?
A lot of Net fans think they're winning this series because they want Philadelphia. And I'm here to tell them that I don't think it's going to happen personally. Although Joel Embiid's injury makes things a little more interesting just because I don't know how Ben Simmons is going to play because he still doesn't
You do
shoot
know he's going
playoffs.
to play. He's not going to shoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to give you his like.
Yeah, but we also have
I thought of something.
Boban
What?
and Tobias Harris.
thought of something.
Wait, what?
We're gonna see Kendall.
Oh God, I don't care.
I can't wait.
I
I'm
don't
so
care.
Oh
excited.
my gosh,
I
here
don't
he
care.
is.
I don't
I'm
care
not
at all.
excited.
He is secretly like a pop culture junkie.
Secretly.
He is. I'm
I'm
that's
openly.
that's his other lane.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think it's going to be a sweep.
Sixers
I
and
think the Nets
6.
are going to give them a run for their money.
I like
but
that
yeah,
picture.
I
Say
like
6.
Sixers
Like that
and
pick.
6.
6.
I
I'm
give
giving
him
the
6.
Nets 2
That
games.
means Jarod and I covered 3 Nets home games.
Listen.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
dope. I'm
what you
so
told me the
excited
other
for
day.
you
Say what you
guys.
told me the other day.
Listen,
Gerard.
listen, man. Listen.
Say what you said to me the other day.
As y'all know, I cover the Nets with Brian. I'm gonna be happy for my 2 Nets home games, and that's gonna be all she wrote.
That's all you think they're gonna
Listen.
do? I think they're gonna.
It-
I think they're
You
gonna.
think they're
push
getting
it to 6.
swept?
No,
think they'll push it.
I think it'll be
I think-
Sixers and 5.
6 and
In
5.
5.
I-
I'll give the Nets a game.
I'm going to say 6. Sixers and
I'm
6.
giving the Nets 2. I think they're going to.
I am
the Nets 2 games.
You guys are
Be
much more.
nice.
Because you know what? I look at it like how playoff series are won, top end talent. Sixers have just way more top end talent.
I don't disagree.
Without
Yeah.
Embiid,
Even without Embiid.
Without Embiid, do you still think they have the 3 best players in the series? Them being Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler?
Butler in no order.
Yes.
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 Oh,
I do.
yeah.
I
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
And I think.
And you know I love Karras. That's my dude, but yes.
All right.
Sorry, no offense to D'Lo, but
4-5 matchup in the East.
Oh,
We
nobody
got
hears
this-
that part.
We have the under. No, I know some people will be mad. We got the underachieving Celtics. That, again, you love that.
Pacers in 4.
Against the Pacers. Nobody's picking that.
the
Now,
genius Brad Stevens.
Well-
Can't wait to see what he does.
That's what. Listen,
will the genius Brad
listen.
Stevens figure it out and turn it around and get the Celtics to a championship?
Gerard and I want Pacers in 4 just for the
happen.
entertainment.
just for the
Not
comedy,
gonna
it won't
happen.
happen.
You
won't
guys.
Jenna, who do you have?
Pacers in 6.
Celtics sweep.
Wow.
Total disrespect to
Well,
Bojan
listen,
Bogdanovic.
this is the number 1 Kyrie Irving fan right here, so no surprise there.
I
Ooh.
bleed green.
Are you? Oh,
She loves Kyrie. That's her man, Uncle Drew. I like Celtics in 6.
I like Celtics in 7.
I like. Oh, you think so? 7?
Yo.
I'm going Celtics in 5. So we all have different picks on here. Celtics in 5. for me.
Listen, they've been uneven, up and down. I don't know what's going on with,
Jaylen
with
Brown
Jason
wants to
Tatum.
punch Kyrie Irving in the face.
Right? I mean, you know,
I will step in front of that fist.
I'll tell you what. If it's 7, you know what Brian wants? Brian likes the anarchy. And I'm here for that, though. So
Oh,
if
yeah,
it
no
goes
doubt.
7, can you imagine the whispers? And then the great Brad Stevens will pull out a miracle in Game 7.
of course. What a coaching genius!
That's what's going to happen.
The inventor of basketball.
I hope it happens just so I can hear you.
Yo, I hope it
rant.
happens so I can just hit up Gerard on Twitter and be like, yo, can we watch this game together?
Yeah. No,
So
we have
So
to.
we
We
got
have to all get
And
together
again,
for a
I
playoff.
don't hate
Yeah.
Brad.
Yeah, you
gotta
I
do it.
don't hate
We'll plan
Brad.
it. You and I
Just
will
to be
plan
clear,
it.
I
Not
don't
them.
hate Brad.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
it's
Some
BS.
of y'all gotta understand, like we're kind of just messing around. with
Right,
some of
like
these
I
parts.
don't hate
Well,
Brad.
people
You know
that
what I mean?
usually listen to our
Right, they
podcast
know.
will know.
Right.
Us
and-
too.
Yeah,
Like,
we know.
we don't get as much
Yeah.
pushback as I thought.
Yeah.
Except sometimes when I'll put a clip and
Some
whatever.
people may
Of
not
course,
accept it.
yeah.
But it's like I said, the most important thing is respect to your peers, not love of the fans.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
you want both.
I think we
Yeah.
all.
Some degree.
I think from what we're all saying here is these first round series don't seem to be as interesting in the East as they would be in the West. It doesn't feel a lot of drama unless we get Celtics in 7, which is what Brian. That's what it's
Granted they had Oladipo last year, but Indiana played Cleveland really well in the first
That
round
is
last
true.
year. So
That is true.
I'm
Yeah.
like, and I don't think they're better without Oladipo,
No.
but I think the supporting cast is good, and Oladipo wasn't playing that well.
And the one thing Indiana does not do is they don't roll over. They will grind.
They fight.
They're like the
They'll
Nets.
fight. They'll
They're
fight.
like the
They're
Nets
gonna
too.
fight.
The
No,
Nets
that's a good
The
point.
Nets
They'll
are the
fight.
same way.
They
gonna
can
fight.
roll over.
I'll tell you what. Even if I picked them in 5, it ain't gonna be an easy
No,
5.
definitely not.
I'll say that.
That's
much.
why I think about Sixers
And
Nets.
that's
I think
why-
those games are going to be close.
That's why I gave the Nets 2 games. They
Same.
fight.
Yeah.
They do.
fight.
Yeah, we see that team.
rocking.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
look, if D'Angelo gets hot, he'll win them a game.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
He's done it. So
He's shown he can do that. All right, Western Conference. I know I think I know what everybody's going to say about the first series. We gave some love to Doc earlier. Warriors playing the Clippers 1-8 matchup. What do you say, Jarod?
You know what's funny?
Clippers at 4.
Everyone's gonna say
Stop
everyone's
it.
gonna say Warriors sweep. I'm gonna say Warriors in 5
I agree.
because they're gonna fool around one game and Lou Williams is gonna go off and they're gonna stay out too late at catch one night in LA.
Yeah.
And then Draymond's gonna be like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
They're gonna one game. They're gonna
It's
mess
going to be
around.
119, 111.
And they always
they're
do
gonna
that,
mess
too.
around one game.
Lou Williams going to
So
have 43.
Everybody that has the
Yep.
Warriors. I'm saying the Warriors sweep. I'm not.
Not
I'm
mad at
not.
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
not
think
bad then.
Warriors sweep is going to happen, but I really would like that. to
Warriors in
happen.
5. I just feel like they're gonna mess around.
Hold
one
on.
game.
Now it gets interesting.
Now here's where we get.
I know.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Spurs.
And I'm going to tell you.
Tell them what you told me yesterday, Jarod.
This is my upset special.
Oh, you got the Spurs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is my upset special. I'm
of
going
it.
right here, right now. I am saying Spurs in 7. LaMarcus Aldridge is going to give Jokic the business.
Yeah, you think
I
they're,
can
you
see
think
that.
wait, you
This-
think they're gonna win a game 7 in Denver?
Oh yeah.
You
In
have,
Mile High.
You have
Yes.
the
In the
Spurs
altitude.
in 7.
Spurs.
Altitude don't matter.
Interesting.
I got Spurs in 7.
Listen, Greg Popovich's coaching advantage is going to come in handy here.
Are you giving Greg Popovich the respect that a lot of people give Brad Stevens?
I sure am. I sure am. I sure am. Greg Popovich, he of the 5 NBA championships. Brad Stevens of the how many? Okay, anyway.
0.
5 over the course of a long time too.
Doesn't
where
matter.
they were competitive every year.
Right.
No. I'm saying
22nd straight playoff appearance.
Championship contenders
Here's
more
the thing
often than not.
about Denver. They were awesome all regular season, but we have not seen them do it in the postseason. And
Exactly.
as much as I and hipster basketball Twitter loves Nikola Jokic,
Now, me too.
But here's
I don't know
Hipster basketball Twitter,
what
like-
he's going to be doing in the postseason when Pop decides, okay, we're going to scheme around what you guys do and make Jokic be that guy for you.
And or be physical with him, which when
Right.
he's been physical, when people have been physical with him, he's tend to shy away. Now I know LaMarcus Aldridge is not the most physical guy because he's always fading away from the basket too. But
That
I
LMA be doing
do
that.
think like this matchup for the Spurs, if they can feed the beast in LaMarcus Aldridge, I do. The
I
young
think he'll
guys,
turn it on.
So what's your prediction?
Spurs take one of the first 2 games in Denver, and they win in 6 in San Antonio.
6, not in 7. Jenna.
I'm going to do Spurs in 7.
Oh, I like that.
I'm gonna go Nuggets in 7. I'm actually gonna roll with Denver.
You rolling with the
See,
young
here's
guys.
the thing. I understand why we go.
I love Gary Harris.
I
love him.
I understand why we go with playoff experience, but I always say
Yeah.
in order to get playoff experience,
You gotta get playoff
You gotta
experience.
get playoff experience. It's
Right.
like in order to lose your virginity, you have to go have sex.
All
It's
right,
the
Brian.
same
we-
thing.
yeah.
I told you that yesterday.
I know. We,
It's the
listen,
same
yo,
thing.
give me a
Thanks.
while.
I never
know.
knew that was. I never
I
knew
know.
that.
I didn't
No,
see it
but I'm
coming.
No, but that is a fair statement.
But that's how it works. It's like
Yes.
so with
Yes,
Denver,
that is
I
how it
think
works.
I
You have
think
sex to lose your
with Denver they have a lot of depth.
they do.
They have almost too much depth where I'm like, I think they'll survive a 7-game series. I think they're barely going to get by, but I think they'll get through a 7-game series. with San
Are you
Antonio.
confident in Barton?
I think
Harris?
some of those guys are going to step up. Okay. Yeah.
I
think
hate
some
to
of those
admit
guys
it, but
are gonna
my choice was made out of fear of the unknown.
I mean, but that's real though.
That's
That's
real.
real.
That's real talk.
Because we haven't
y'all
seen
probably gonna be
Denver.
right. I'm sure. Look, if there's a poll going around right now,
Oh, I'm sure.
I think the Spurs are probably winning the poll.
I'm sure.
I just don't
I
care.
think so too.
You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
Next series, we got the 3-6 matchup, which might be one of the sexiest series right here.
I know you're picking
A
the
little-
Thunder, Gerard.
A little Russ.
I think you're
versus
picking the
Dame.
Thunder,
You're
too.
Damn right, I am picking the Thunder. However, I think this is going to be a fantastic series too.
By the way, if
I
you-
would have liked the series a little more if Jokic was playing still.
yes, it's tough for Portland. There's no Nurk. That's a problem for them. And by the way, if you look at the bracket breakdown, the Thunder might backdoor their way into the Western Conference Finals. If you look at how it's set up,
Getting that 6 was good for them.
Stop.
they
Yeah.
might.
They can avoid the
They're
Warriors.
going to avoid the Warriors. They might cakewalk into
All
the
right,
Western
go.
Conference
I know
Finals.
y'all all have the Thunder.
So
go ahead.
Thunder, I'm going Thunder in 6.
Same. and I love
Jenna?
James.
Jenna.
I mean, it's Dame or Russ. It's really
This sounds like a
I don't think it's
difficult
that.
choice
I don't think it's
Portland
that
in
simple.
7.
Wow.
See, here's my issue. Right?
Really? Dame? Come on.
No, I don't
wait.
think it's a
I'm
crazy
the
pick.
reason
Here's
I
the
didn't
thing.
do the Thunder was because of consistency. They are not consistent.
I agree. They're not.
Here's my issue. And look, I like Portland better if they have Nurkic.
Oh my God! If they had Nurk,
if they have Nurk, I'm taking Portland. My issue with this is Portland last year was really disappointing against New Orleans.
Yeah,
yes, they were.
They trapped
You're
the hell out
right.
of Dame.
Oklahoma City is arguably a better defensive team.
I think they are.
Russ and Paul George.
It's a nightmare on the perimeter. Wait. Not only them, you got Grant. They are long and annoying. And you know my thing about little guys who lead your team on offense. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like smalls.
And what's Portland's record against Oklahoma City this year?
0-4.
0-4, yeah.
Yep.
And Portland's a jump shooting team.
Sorry, Jenna.
Portland's mostly a jump shooting team because their best two players are jump shooters. CJ McCollum, who, by the way, is coming back from injury.
And they're all,
Damian Lillard.
6'3" and smaller.
Yeah, so
I am playing with fire with this.
You are playing with fire.
Listen. I really like Portland. Damian Lillard is one of my favorite. Up there with Kemba Walker, my favorite two players to watch.
I think Dame's going to be on my top 5 ballot for MVP. I think I just decided.
I think that's fair. I
have
no problem with that.
I'm going to move Dame in.
Season.
I think I'm moving Dame in and pulling Jokic out, I think.
I don't have Dame up there.
I'm going to put Dame in my top 5. Because if you take Dame off Portland, what are they?
Nothing.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah, they're
trash.
I agreed. All right, the last series in the West, the first round.
Thunder in 6.
You Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6.
Okay, everybody's Thunder winning except for Jenna.
Rockets, Utah.
Rod
has the Rockets in 4.
I think the bigger thing about the series is, will somebody in the Utah Jazz crowd say something that's racist? That's what I want to know.
Funny you mentioned that. I got an article coming out about that.
It's Utah.
Where?
Nice.
BT.com. Yeah.
Okay. Be sure to
BT
read
or
that.
SNY.
Yeah.
SNY ain't going to roll with that.
Yo. All right. So this series I find interesting. Rockets, Jazz played each other last year.
It's going to be a good
Sure
one.
did.
I think it's going to be
except
good.
there was no Ricky Rubio in that one. I'm not saying that makes a difference. I wasn't trying to imply that. Brian, who do you got in this one?
I got Utah.
I knew it.
Really?
I got Utah.
Because he hates James Harden.
Utah.
I like
Utah
James
in
Harden.
what? Utah in what?
I have Utah in 6.
Somewhere Matt Finiza, our boy, is smiling.
I have Utah in 6 because winning at home. But the way I'm looking at Houston, I'm like, I just don't have that much faith in anybody but James Harden on that team. Even Chris Paul now is having his worst season of his career.
Yeah, that's all fair points.
And I think Utah's deeper. I think Utah's better, and they defend well enough for me to have the confidence in them playing well in the playoffs, where defense sort of matters more.
They do
to
defend
win
well.
The series.
Jenna.
we gotta get to the next round.
I
so
love me some
let's keep it
DM
moving.
Donovan Mitchell, but I'm going to take Rockets in 7.
That's fair.
Okay.
I don't think there's any bad picks here.
No.
Listen, Houston has been the best team in the NBA second half of the season. Rockets in 5.
Whoa.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm going Rockets in 6. I think they have too much firepower. I think they
do.
I do have concerns with what Ryan's saying, but
and they're amazing at winning on the road.
I think they'll figure it out, and I think the Jazz just don't have enough firepower.
The Rockets went toe-to-toe with the Warriors.
I'm not mad at
You
that.
think Utah Jazz scare them?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't
With
sleep.
an injured
But
Chris
look,
Paul.
but here's the thing. You want to talk about playoff experience? Utah was pretty damn good last year.
Yeah.
They beat
Very
Oklahoma
true.
City in the first round with Donovan Mitchell as a rookie leading the way, and they're a little bit better
doubt.
this year.
So
I feel
they're
like.
not going to be scared. If that's your point, then I get that.
Yeah.
Neither team's going to be scared.
No.
I can't wait for that series.
Now we're not.
Maybe we travel for that series.
Yeah. Now we're not going to. Obviously, we don't know what the second round matchups will be, but I guess what I'll ask for this one is who's coming out the West, who's coming out the East right now. How do you feel before the playoffs start? Who's coming out of each conference?
I picked at the beginning of the season, so I'm sticking with it. Raptors and Warriors. Warriors in 6.
Who is in your conference finals? East conference.
Bucks and Raptors in the East, and Warriors and Thunder in the West.
Yeah.
Okay, we're actually very much on the same page.
Yeah,
I'm going to say now I have the same things as you. I think Raptors are going. I think Warriors are going to come out. I do think it'll be Warriors Thunder. I do think it'll be Raptors Bucks.
Yep.
I do think the East semis going forward will be really fun. So I'm excited about that. But I'm with you. I think Raptors are the best team.
Yep.
I think people are sleeping on them a little bit.
Think about it. They're the same team they were last year. You swapped out DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard.
I just like
and
Danny Green and Siakam.
Yeah, I just like the way they can switch and defend
Yes.
everything, and I think they're good. Who do you got coming out the East, Jenna?
Oh, my God. Coming out the East, I have, like you guys said. Who did you have?
Raptors.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do the cheat sheet.
I know. Oh, we are definitely not doing the voices after this. We are definitely not doing the voices after this. Look at those eyes. Yeah, like he's even stunned. No, I got honestly Raptors coming out of the East.
Honestly,
I mean,
sure?
Come on,
You didn't just
No, we talked about this.
All right,
before.
and who do you
That
got?
is
Who
right.
do you have out the West?
She hates it because she know Kevin Durant's gonna win his third straight Finals MVP and third time. She don't like. She
Warriors.
So you got Raptors. So we got Raptors, Warriors. You, Brian?
Raptors, Warriors. I have
That would be good.
I have basically everything Jarod said.
Everybody agrees.
Yeah, I have basically everything Jarod. I mean, how could you not? You know what I mean? Like, as much as I want to see something different this year, just from a perspective.
Oh, it is
like,
the Raptors.
No.
Oh,
something different
than the Warriors.
Because we're definitely going to see something different because Cleveland sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like. See something different in terms of the Warriors and whether or not.
And even though it's going to be down for the NBA, I'm very curious to see a playoff, and I want to see the numbers without LeBron James.
Without LeBron, yeah.
I'm very curious to see
what
the
That's
average
really good.
person's going to say about.
I still think
Wait,
it's
let me
like
tell-
we
let me
will
tell
love
you.
it still no matter. But
I'm
going to
give you an example. What did I just say before? The highest rated series in the East is probably going to be Philly versus Brooklyn.
I agree.
Until the second round.
I agree.
I'm really excited
So
to see
I'm
what
like-
happens because nobody has to power through LeBron James.
Yeah.
As much as I want him to make the
But
playoffs,
it kind of makes it interesting.
And it'll be cool if he's back next year, hopefully, and that team's good and they figure out what they're going to do.
I think that Bucks Raptors Eastern Conference Finals.
That's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
I agree with that, though.
You not excited
I
about
think,
that, Jenna?
No, I am.
but I agree.
I know he's been saying that.
I do think Oklahoma City is going to get to the conference finals.
I mean, this
face Golden
this
State.
broke so well for
I
them.
wouldn't
They're gonna
mind
walk.
seeing
They're
that.
gonna
I
walk
want to
into the.
see that. I want to see Katie against
Well, listen,
PG.
that's what I
Let me
said
say
to
that.
her.
We
You
were
did say that.
when we were talking about this. All of us were talking about this before. Where if there's a team that could actually challenge Golden State, it's probably still Oklahoma City or Houston, maybe if they get hot.
Yeah,
but
my
it's
only
probably,
thing is-
it's probably still Oklahoma City if they can play to their
My
fullest
only
potential.
Paul George has to be Superman.
Yep.
And the other thing is, remember, this is the rivalry we should have had all along.
that we wanted.
Because I will go back to this statement and I'll say it again.
Uh-oh.
The year after Durant won his MVP and he got hurt that year and they didn't make the playoffs, that was the year Golden State won their first title. They didn't have to play Oklahoma City that year, coming off a Durant MVP. And they barely beat him the second round, the second time around.
Right.
So we never got that true
And
rivalry.
I want it. I've been wanting it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
That is a
they,
really good point.
If he never got hurt and they perhaps beat the Warriors, does Durant ever leave Oklahoma City? One never knows.
I want to see it just because how much of a gun Russell Westbrook's going to be. in
Oh,
this series.
you know he gonna do that.
He
He's
wants to
gonna go at.
But you see,
I
I
want to see that.
And guess what? Golden State. That's
No, I don't want him to
They're
stay
gonna
under
like,
control.
please, Russ, come on,
Yeah.
shoot
Come
80
on.
times, baby.
Turn the
That's
ball
what-
over.
That's what we want.
It's going to be so much fun to
But
watch.
look, as much as I'm excited about the playoffs this year, I've started thinking about predictions a little bit for next year. I'm going out on a limb here, guys.
Huh.
Next season,
Yeah.
championship for the NBA.
Wow.
New York Knicks.
We are the New York Knicks.
Okay, after this, we're going to the closest ER. We're going to get him a CAT scan, and we're hoping he's going to be
Listen,
all right.
listen.
I mean, yo, I hope you're right because I'll
Listen.
get more MSG.
No,
games.
I'm
I'm
totally
gonna tell you
joking.
something right
Right?
now.
I'm so
if
joking.
you get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving,
Well, I told you last time, we're not talking about that.
I'm saying if you do,
Yes.
you're in play.
All right.
Hold on.
You're in play?
I'm not going to.
Okay.
Finals,
We got to wrap. but yeah.
Finals MVP.
Kevin Durant.
I'm going Kevin Durant third straight.
I'm going Steph Curry.
I'm going Steph Curry as well.
Of course it is. But you know.
That's a
You know,
podcast
that's cool.
split.
We're like,
Right.
He hasn't been as good in the playoffs as people would have liked.
And I
Yeah.
wonder why that is.
Yeah, but I think this year he'll turn it up.
All right, so we'll see. Hey, guys, this has been fun. It was great talking
Awesome.
to you. We got to wrap. We're out of
Yes.
time.
We got to do it again, man. This is
Yeah,
dope.
this was too fun.
We want to thank everybody for listening and watching
Yes,
this crossover
absolutely.
podcast. We are definitely going to do it again. We'll try to see if we can do it again at some point
Yeah.
throughout the playoffs.
Midway through the playoffs.
Midway through the playoffs. we
Yeah,
revisit.
definitely.
Yo,
Yeah,
man,
do it again.
we need some sponsors. We need a budget to send us on a trip. They need to send
Yeah,
us
so we can
that
do it
Rockets Jazz series. That might be fun.
I don't want to go Utah.
Yeah, I go to
If
Houston.
we in H-Town,
Go to
that's great.
Houston.
But I ain't
Yeah.
going to Salt Lake.
Yeah, I go to Houston.
H-Town is great. It's cool.
No offense to you Salt Lakers out there.
No offense.
I'm down. I'll go either.
But I'll take it. All right, guys, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
That was,
Thank you.
well, and thanks for having us.
Of
It's
course.
a
Ain't hard to
collaboration.
tell.
Collab with the
7-footers.
homies.
Yeah, be sure to support both podcasts. Keep listening,
Yes.
subscribing,
Absolutely.
sharing everything. We appreciate all you guys out there for supporting us. For Jarod Hector, Jenna Lemon Shelley, Brian Fonseca, I'm Dex Henry. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.